playing for years. They actually got together.
Theo Donovan and someone else, I think.
That's exactly right. And they were fantastic.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was surprised. Now I'm going to have oh no, senior moment. Anyway, there was another group that played after him that has played every year, and I usually don't hang out and listen to, and I really liked them last night. So that was fun too.
Well, there's a reason they get invited back every year.
They're good. Yeah.
Well, now that all my people in Sun Valley have joined us, I think we'll get going. Actually, we're doing our community service event, our Distinctive Angels project is this morning. We're setting up for this big fundraising event for this evening. So obviously I'm here. I don't care about community service. That's not true. But I had to run the fan club. Otherwise, Carrie'd be like, where are you?
You want me to forward it to you? Okay, I'm going to minimize.
Okay. I want this to be wide open, but if you're not talking, mute yourself, because the Zoom thing picks up so much noise and it's super distracting. But nice to have everyone here. I am recording. Hi, Shawnee. And so if you're going to say anything, it's going to be on YouTube forever and ever. Hi, Karen. Still waiting to find out who owner is. If owner is around, please identify yourself. And hey, we'll stroke your ego all day. That's fine. I just want to know who that is. Okay. Couple housekeeping things to get out of the way right away. Sort of time sensitive. Many of you have seen the email from Teresa several times about Tom Ferry, his Success Summit, which is running. If you don't know who Tom Ferry is, well, we've got a lot of work to do. He's the guy we sort of model our approach after. Go to tomferry.com, sign up for his blog, sign up for his videos. I try to send out the ones that I think are better, but if you're already signed up, you get this stuff automatically. At any rate, his conference, Success Summit, is August 6th to 9th, and I hope you know by now that we will pay for your ticket to the conference, not the travel and accommodations, but we are offering complimentary tickets to this, and anyone that's ever gone to it will tell you this is the thing to go to. If you email us by today, by the end of the day, you can still get your free ticket. The conference is August 6th to 9 in Anaheim, California. I don't know if that coincides with any big Disneyland or Angels games, but there will be plenty of stuff happening at the Tom Ferry Summit. This is, like, the people that have gone can't talk enough about it. So please, please consider this. Email info@coldwellbankersb.com by the end of the day today to secure your spot. Just your name and office and email, and Teresa will make sure that you're covered. Really a great way to make sure that you're putting all of your energy in the right direction. The other thing that we've just learned from a conference standpoint is that Gen Blue, which was scheduled for Indianapolis in August, and I don't know if they just didn't have the registration or if Indianapolis was like, we're too busy, but it's been moved to Las Vegas, March 18th to 20th. This just came out in the last few days. That's where it was last October, and so registration opens on the 26th. Register before the 31st of July, and you pay only $569 for the conference. If you need more information about this, there's plenty of stuff online, or you can email Teresa or me, and we will get more information as it comes out. But these are the two probably most important from our company standpoint conferences you can go to. This is huge. And then going to Gen Blue, you know, thousands and thousands of agents and managers and office managers from all over the world getting the best information from the execs at Coldwell Banker, and they do a great job. Okay, so you know what? I thought I was sharing my screen the whole time. I wasn't. Really sorry about that. I'm going to share my screen real quick so you can see what I thought I was doing. Boy, someone said a senior moment. Okay. Anyway, here's Tom Ferry Success Summit. All the information. I'll put this in the email. Register. Email us by today and you still get that ticket. And here's the Viva Las Vegas. I think of Las Vegas as orange. That's why I used orange. I don't know why. Anyway, sorry about that little faux pas. All right, stop sharing. Boy. Okay, so the bulk of today is going to be taken up looking at some of the new tools that Coldwell Banker has put out. And as you all know, and Telluride, you're going to learn this if you haven't already, Coldwell Banker is really a phenomenal company in a lot of ways. So Jim Kuhn, who has gone to this, says if you have not been to a Tom Ferry Summit, it's a must-do. See you there. But what I was going to say is that Coldwell Banker is as innovative and progressive as any real estate company out there. And the fact that it's so big, 90,000 plus agents, 3,000 plus offices, and still generates useful content that isn't condescending and whatever, and just feels vibrant and alive, I just think is amazing. To me, Coldwell Banker feels like a small company in the way they do their trainings and their marketing and the commercials they do. It doesn't feel like 90,000 agents worth of people. It's really cool. So with that in mind, I want to show you a few of the things that have just sort of emerged in the last month, or even yesterday, one thing was launched that Coldwell Banker offers that you can use to get better at what you do. Keeping in mind that with any kind of new tool, new technology, you can go down the rabbit hole really quickly, and you don't want to do that. I'm going to give you an overview of some things. Some things aren't quite open enough for me to do a full training, but I will when they come online full steam. But I just wanted to show you, A, how to find the tools, and B, what the new ones are about, and C, to talk about anything else in CBExchange that you want to talk about. Okay? Hi, Ashley. Nice to see you. How's Bozeman today? Today's the 22nd.
It's still wet.
It's what?
It's wet.
I know everybody else needs rain, so send it to the Colorado offices.
We'd be happy to.
Okay, today is the 22nd. The days are starting to get shorter already. I've always thought that the solstice should be like in August, because thinking that we're already going down to December 21st in terms of length of day, it gets to me. But anyway, that's just my issue. Okay, so I'm going to close a couple things and don't save. I'm going to now share my screen so I don't make that mistake again and show you CBExchange in a nutshell. Okay? All right, Robert's calling his agent right now, I think. Share screen. All right. How do you even get to CBExchange? When I open a new tab, I have these things on my dashboard right here, so I can just go right into things. If you're not using favorites, you're wasting a lot of time. How do you make something a favorite? Whatever site you're on, you just come and click this star, and then it will bookmark it, and it'll appear on this top row here. So all you have to do when you open a new tab is push CBExchange. Great, I don't have to remember, what's the website? Because it's right there. Okay, here's the login page. I'm not going to go in as me because my admin access looks a little bit different than everybody else's, and I don't want to confuse any issues. Keep in mind, especially Telluride, you're new, CBExchange is all about Coldwell Banker stuff. It's all about the big shopping mall of Coldwell Banker tools and marketing and all of that stuff. IQO is all about our company, all about you as an agent, you and your office. When we talk about CBExchange, we're talking about really big picture stuff that comes from the corporate level in New Jersey. Okay? Excellent. I don't know how to make it any clearer other than exchange. It's just out there. IQO is it's me. It's my office. Okay? All right. You use your vanity email. Everyone at Coldwell Banker has a vanity email, which is simply your first name dot last name at coldwellbanker.com. Stephanie Reed has given me permission to log in as her. She's an agent here. Read, it should autofill, and then your password that was set up when you joined the company. Hopefully you remember it. It needs capital letters. It needs a number. It's a little bit complicated, so I'm obviously not going to tell you what Stephanie's is. Log in, okay, and now we enter a really powerful. I think of it as a shopping mall. Okay, it's this Coldwell Banker mall with a bunch of specialty stores in it. First of all, this search bar is super powerful. Type in a word and then click the search button, the magnifying glass, and you will get a lot of hits on things that may or may not be related. But what I really find cool, because I have nothing better to do most times, is I type in something and then I just look at those links come up and learn more about stuff that I didn't know existed. It's kind of a fun exercise if you had an hour to kill. At any rate, we're not going to use this right now. We're going to talk about the springboard. This is like, it's the button. I look at it as a button. They call it a springboard, but it's the way into the mall. Okay. Right now we're standing on the outside of the mall. Ooh, isn't it a pretty blue? And I just parked my car. I want to go in. Here's the door right here. Okay. It's not super obvious, but it's in the top right. And this is where I get to see all the different stores. Okay. Please, if anyone has a question, needs me to stop or wants to talk, tell me a joke or whatever, just unmute and do it. I hate being just nonstop talking, but my kid's out of the country for a month, so you guys are my core audience. Anyway, here are all the different stores in your shopping mall. They've added a bunch, but I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. Some people have more, some people have less. Stephanie is a global luxury certified agent, so she gets some extra things on here. I don't think if you're not a global luxury certified agent, I don't think you get this. I could be wrong. At any rate, we're going to look at about 3 or 4 stores today, a couple that are brand new and a couple that I just want to make sure you know what the heck they're for, and so that you can put CBExchange to work for you, okay? All right, this is a brand new one, and I don't want anyone to go into it yet because next week's fan club is going to be all about CBx Seller Leads, but I've sent out an email on Wednesday saying you've got to register for this training ahead of time. There's a training, I think it's on Wednesday of next week. They are filling up because this is a brand new product. If you don't do the training, you'll be okay. But some of the stuff we go over, hi Kate, how are you doing? I could tell that was you by the flip-flops. If you don't go through the training, you'll be okay, but the stuff will be coming at you Friday and you'll be like, wait, what? If you do go through the training on Wednesday, you're going to already have some ideas whether you want to participate or not. This is not going to be for everyone, as I said in my email. Seller leads are going to be for people who don't mind doing a little bit of legwork, both with your fingers online as well as with your feet, because what this is, in a nutshell, is CBX and Coldwell Banker have figured out how to predict homes that are likely to go on the market within the next year. This isn't stuff that already exists as listings. This is stuff that, by looking at home equity, graduation rates, other like homes in the area, empty nesters, that sort of thing, they're saying these people might be ready to sell. These are people that have not raised their hand and said, I need an agent. These are homes that Coldwell Banker thinks might have a chance to come on the market. And so your job as an agent, if you want to be part of this, is to go encourage them to list. And we'll talk about strategies to do that, so you don't, hey, hi, Mr. or Mrs. Owner. I think I just found you online and I think you need to sell. We're not going to go at that approach, but here's the kicker, and you'll learn more about this in the training and next week, is that it doesn't come with names, phone numbers, and emails. It comes with an address. Some of you are going to be like, hey man, I ain't got no time for that, which is totally fine. This isn't for everybody. But for the metro markets especially, we've already got, in Bozeman, and we're waiting to finish the training, we've already got probably a couple hundred homes on the CB list. So there's some complications with this. It's not super easy, and the MDs are the ones that have access to the lists. We'll cover all of that in the trainings. I just wanted to give you a heads up like that. That's what this is. And if you are looking for more action, more of a reason to get out and canvass neighborhoods, CBx Seller Leads will be something you want to sign up for. But we will be doing it on a sign-up basis, because as an MD here in Sun Valley, I don't want to be sending a lead to someone who's like, as I said a minute ago, and Ashley at least smiled, so I'll say it again, I ain't got no time for that.
You got to do it right.
I don't want to do it right because that feels a little bit, like I'm too much of a YouTube fan. Sorry. So I'm doing it with a little bit of, sophistication. I ain't got no time for that. We don't want to send leads to people that don't want to do this. So you're going to learn about it, and then you're going to say, sign me up, or no, that's for someone else. Okay. If you do want to learn about it, you click on this, you go into the store. Right now, we were just looking in the window of the store, and then we're like, let's just go in and see what's in the store. And what you see in the store takes you to a new site so you don't lose your CBExchange site. I love that, so you don't have to keep going back. Waiting. Here we go. It's going to give you a little bit of a visual tutorial, okay? But really, I need you to be signing up for the class. I sent the email link the other day, but if you want to do it on your own through CBExchange, I'm just going to type in CBx Seller Leads training, and I should come to a page. Win more videos. That didn't work. Okay, well, that's not giving me what I thought it would. So like I said, this is a super awesome search bar. Winning listings, CBx Seller Leads. Okay, so here's where I would come to learn all about CBX.
What's the date of our training, Derek?
I believe it's Wednesday.
Okay, at what time?
Here's the Leads webinar schedule. I'm just going to show this right now. I can't sign you up.
Okay.
Your OM cannot sign you up because these require that you go into CBExchange with your passwords and such. I have to move the bar. So 6:21 happened yesterday and it was full. 6:27, 11 a.m. Eastern time, so 9 o'clock for all of us. Please register for this one. Do it right now. I can't even see you. Do it now. It's fine. But get involved in this so that what I tell you next Friday isn't a total head scratcher. Okay? Okay. So that's Seller Leads. Don't bug your OMs and MDs about this right now because we're just going through the trainings, and next Friday will be the day that we sort of open up the present. Okay. So we were just in the Seller Leads store. Okay. Very good. I want to back out of this and go back to my home screen. Okay. All right. The next thing in the mall that's new, Zap. I'll just go through this. What is Zap? Zap's where you manage your profile for Coldwell Banker.
Derek?
Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, please.
It looked like the training on the 27th was EST, Eastern Standard Time. Is that correct? So it's actually 9 a.m. on the 27th?
Yep. So 9 a.m. for all of our offices.
Okay.
We're all in Mountain. Yep.
I just wanted to verify. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Please don't apologize.
Hey, Derek.
You need to apologize.
I had tried to sign up for that, and it said 8 o'clock. For some reason, it was saying 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. It might have been just a glitch. I emailed.
No, that was the one. It was a 10 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock. So they're all different times. They're not at the same times. So you just have to translate whichever one you're signing up for. You have to do your own version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, next Wednesday, instead of 9, it was saying 8. But.
All right. I'll get in touch with Jimmy who's running it and make sure that everyone that's signed up on Wednesday knows what time to join the conference. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Zap is where you take care of your Coldwell Banker profile, but you don't do anything else in there. A lot of offices use Zap as their IQO. We use IQO as our IQO. We don't use Zap. So please don't get buried. This is where you can go down a rabbit hole, and then you've got 8 emails like, why can't can I do this and Zap? No. Zap is your profile. That's all we do with Zap. Okay? All right. Global Luxury Connect and Showcase. If you're a Global Luxury agent, this is how you access all the other Global Luxury agents. This is how you take one of your Global Luxury listings and send it to the 5 agents in Seattle that you think might be interested as a brochure. Lots of things you can do in here if you've gone through the certification and are qualified. About 10% of our agents, I think, maybe 15% are Global Luxury certified. I'm happy to announce that Sun Valley just got named as a Global Luxury office because we have a high percentage of agents who are certified, and over 10 or 20% of our business is above the price threshold. So we just got named as like one of the 2% of the offices in the country or the world that operate at a global luxury level. So I'm very happy about that. You can tell I pride myself on my global luxury. I think about global luxury and local mediocrity. That's how I roll. Okay, Express Docs is, Yeah, no, it wasn't funny. I agree. Express Docs is where you do any of your own marketing. If you just sold something, you want to send a postcard, you do that in Express Docs. Telluride, I'm not going to say 100% that you're set up in here yet, but that is coming soon. Basically, all the agents live in here. If you want to send a postcard, they can do a mailing list for you in this. It's not simple. We have some trainings on it, but it's a great way, and it's very inexpensive to send out a postcard to a farming community that you're working with or something that you just sold. Okay? Network directory. I want to share this because it's underused, but this is pretty cool. You can find agents anywhere. I've got a buddy who I taught with in California. He left the teaching world and went to Michigan to be an agent. He joined Coldwell Banker, had a great run there. Then right when I joined Coldwell Banker from Sotheby's, guess what he did? He joined Sotheby's and left Coldwell Banker. And yet 6 months later, he's like, dude, I can't handle Sotheby's. He came back to Coldwell Banker. So I'm just going to enter his name and just showing you that you can find agents. His name is Kirsch. Kind of a cool name. He's a cook, actually, so it makes sense that, and here he is. So I can click on him here. Look at him, just a burly guy. We used to shoot set shot 3-pointers at our school just to see if we could do it. Like, yeah, and barely get it there. But that was the way we rolled. Why am I showing you this? Because you can search, like Telluride. Someone tell me one of your feeder markets besides Denver. Denver's boring. Where do you think your people come from in Telluride? Miami, I agree. Okay. So, Texas. Okay. What's happening? Uh-oh.
You misspelled it.
I know.
So that's probably what's happening.
Someone's got a weird reverb. Mute if you're not talking. Boy, this screen is shut down on me. Okay, can you see the benefit of this though? You can find agents in, like you can type in Dallas or Dallasa if you want to spell it like I spell things, and find those. Looks like it's working again. Nope, I'm not going to waste your time. Anyway, you can find agents. Don't send blanket emails to 500 agents in Dallas. Find a few. If I'm in a resort market, my goodness, I better have 20 agents in my feeder markets that I know on a first name basis. Just do it. Reach out. Put together a little thing that says, hi, my name is the Godfather in Vail, and here's what I do, and I would love to work on a referral system with you. Find 5 of those agents in your feeder, each of your feeder markets, so that you're never going to be wondering, did I just miss out on someone coming from Miami? Because you've got 5 or 10 agents there that you've made a connection with. This is one way to do that, okay? That's the network directory. Okay.
Can you show us where you got to that again?
Yep. Okay, so I've entered them all here. Boy, I keep having to move all the people. We looked at Seller Leads. We didn't look at Zap. We didn't look at this, Express Docs. This is the network directory. Okay, it's right here. It's one of the stores. Everything I'm showing you today, everyone, is just another specialty store in the CB mall. Okay? All right, Coldwell Banker Heroes. There's pictures of Julie Thurston is in there. Competitive Priceline Generator. I have not figured out a way to use this effectively with an agent. We've tried. It's basically a way to take your listing and compare it to others in the area to show a seller, the price, this is why it isn't selling. Because the price doesn't, but it takes a lot of work, and I've not found it to be useful. If you're better at it than I am, please let me know, and you can run a training on it, because I'd love to. Don't worry about Lead Router. I don't think we use that much. E-marketing, not a store for us because we have our own marketing. Hey, Robert mentioned this last week. Every once in a while, if you're using Express Docs, they want more of your business. And you will get an email from e-marketing, from Coldwell Banker, saying, hey, isn't it time to do this with your project now? And they're just basically, it's like you sending a postcard to someone in an area saying, hey, isn't it time to list your home? It doesn't mean that they've got any of your stuff or that you've worked with them. It means that they know you're doing stuff and they want to amplify it. with their own marketing program. We do have a couple agents I know in Sun Valley that use this and really like it. It's basically like our marketing department, but it's based in Coldwell Banker. Okay? I'm not going to go into that though because we have our own. All right, here's where it starts getting interesting. For years, the industry standard, at least in rheology companies, Sotheby's and Coldwell Banker, I know, used ListHub. And ListHub is a way that you can track the amount of activity happening in the World Wide Web on your listings. Okay, super impressive tool. It allows you to send reports to sellers. It allows you to see inquiries and get a whole bunch of information. I've never done a training on it because for a year now I've been told ListHub is going away. And why teach my 17-year-old son how to make a bed if he's about to leave the home? That's a horrible analogy. At any rate, I've never trained with ListHub because I've heard it was going away. And guess what? The time has now come that it is going away. And it's going to live in here in the mall, but it's going to be one of those stores where like the Gap. I don't know, what's a store no one goes to anymore in the mall, you know, like Spencer's Gifts. It's still there, but like, oh, you're going to Spencer's? Ew, go shower, that sort of thing. It's being replaced by ListTrac. Okay, don't ask me why. I don't know why. But this just came online yesterday. And so I'm going to show you from Stephanie, because I'm logged in as Stephanie Reed, remember, because I don't have any listings because no one ever wants to work with me, but Stephanie has a lot of listings. ListTrac, all I can do is sort of show you, it's like a grand opening, so not everything is set yet, which makes no sense to me because I know when I would open a store, I'd make sure everything was set. She's got a lot of listings, and yet on her dashboard, it isn't quite set up yet. If we look at my listings, sorry, my connection in this room is always slow. Again, she has like 20 listings. I don't know why it's not populating. Why am I showing you this then? Because this is going to be working very soon, and the sooner you get into it, the better. Once it does work, I'll do a full training on this, but I just wanted to introduce it to you because you've seen it in emails from Coldwell Banker. Here are all of her listings, and I'm just going to show you one. This is brand new on the market, like 2 weeks, 6 black birch. Okay. All right. So I can see how many people have seen this, how many inquiries there have been. This isn't just for my Coldwell Banker site. This aggregates everything. Close the door here. It takes Zillow and homes. It says it takes 44,000 sites and aggregates all that data. And I know those of you in Bozeman and Montrose and Grand Junction are like 361 views. Well, this is a resort market.
44,000 websites?
That's what I think it said.
Wow.
I know. Okay. Again,
so that's how many we're syndicating to? Is that what that means?
Something like that. I mean, you know, we syndicate to, I think, 900, but then those 900 proliferate and syndicate to another 100 each. I mean, you know how the internet works, right? It's like, ooh, mushrooms. At any rate, I'll do a more in-depth training, but I'm just showing you that you can come in here and you can see Zillow 360 views. Average views for similar homes on Zillow is 438. It's not getting quite as many views. You can do this by month, and again, it just came on the 10th, I think. She got a lot of views that first day, 80. But it gives you this nice thing. Century 21, she hasn't had anyone view it through there. Lots and lots of stuff. Inquiries, potential buyers requesting information, no one yet. But what you can do here, once you get good at it, is then you can send the report. You see right here, seller's report, send a weekly report to the seller or view a preview. So you can set your seller up on a weekly report that gives them essentially this type of information. And it's a set it and forget it type of thing. It's really good for keeping sellers in the loop and make them think, wow, even though Robert Schilling's bored with this presentation right now, he's keeping up with my listing, and I have no, like, he's doing what I need him to do. And Robert, he could have been on his daily nap, and he's sending emails. Okay. You can then click here to see my reports. She hasn't set up any because, again, this just came online yesterday. So this will become more robust, and as soon as it feels like it's loaded for bear, I will do a training on it, because it's something that you need to do for your listings. It's only fair for your sellers that you're giving them this information. Okay.
So do we have to set up our own reports where it says my reports? We have to put in what we want, who we send it to, et cetera, or is that something that will happen automatically? I mean, I understand here we're sellers report and you send a weekly report to the seller, but when you went to that last window, my reports. Yeah. What do we do with that?
My sense is that if you set it up here, then it populates there.
That's what I needed. Okay. Thanks.
That's pretty much what I think happens.
Okay.
Okay. So this obviously will get more fleshed out. If you want to learn more, okay, I'm going to leave this store, okay? And here I am back in the mall. I can type in, I hope this works, ListTrac. Did I spell it right? Frequently asked questions. This just published 2 days ago. So I'm probably way ahead of the curve, but hey, man, I like to drive on the straights. So webinars for agents. Julie, you missed that. It really wasn't that funny. I won't even repeat it. But if you want to sign up for a webinar, no one laughed. No, I only see 4 people right now. Robert never laughs at my jokes, which is fine. I wouldn't either. But if you want to sign up for a webinar, you can do that here. Here's where I get a little nervous. Like, we've got webinars. I've sent out emails for webinars for Wealth Engine to some of our luxury agents. There's a webinar for ListTrac. Oh, don't forget the webinar for Seller Leads. And you're like, dude, it's June 22nd. The Bluegrass Festival is in town. How am I supposed to do all this stuff? I know. I don't know. But if I don't share it with you, then you're like, why didn't you share it with me? Okay? So I'm just like Johnny Appleseed. You know? And if the tree grows in your office, great. And if not, you can't say you weren't told, and then I can sleep at night. At any rate, I know there's a quick
question. Apologies if somebody already asked this, but when we input a listing into the CB, we do a new listing form into IQ, does it auto-populate itself in here into this ListTrac, or do we have to actually go into ListTrac and put it in there? How does that work?
Great question. And someone already asked it, so I'm sorry I'm not going to answer. No, I'm just kidding, Julie. Okay. Can I jump around here? Of course I can. I listen to Chris Cross. So what Julie's talking about, didn't they do the jump song? Jennifer's here. She's here to confirm. Chris Cross. Julie's asking about, when you have a new listing, you have to do 2 things, 3 things maybe. You have to fill out the Sun Valley, I'm in Sun Valley new listing form. It looks long. It takes about 2 minutes because it's just ... and a couple of pieces of information. Okay. That doesn't do anything to the world. That only makes it live in CBDP. Okay? If you don't fill this out, your OM has no idea that this thing lives, and probably you won't get paid. So you figure out whether that one needs to be filled out or not. The other thing you can do here is fill out your CD 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes. But this is where you order your marketing package, get your photographer set up, all that stuff, decide whether you want to use transaction coordination. Click there. So that's all here. But then Julie's question is, does that mean it's going to now live in the CD world? No, because the way it lives in the CD world is you enter it into your MLS, right? Never do any listing changes in the IQO listing section. So MLS pushes to IQO, which then pushes to CD. Okay? I hope that makes sense. It's a little convoluted, but basically, if you make any photo changes, you make any text changes, you make any price changes, you make any kind of thing, you do it in your MLS. And that will push to our system, and then that pushes out. Okay?
Awesome. That's easy.
Yeah, right. Okay. So back in the store. Couple more, back in the mall, couple more stores to show you. Email, like if you feel the need to use the Coldwell Banker email system, have at it. I've never been in the store and I'm not going to go. I have no idea what CGRN is. It's too small for me to read. I can't read it, and every time I click on it, it says this. It says the user may not exist in CGRN, or the user has not paid the flat fee. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's like an arcade and you have to buy a bunch of tokens to use it, and I haven't bought the tokens, so I'm just staying out of CGRN. List Hub, it's that Spencer's down at the end of the mall. You missed my analogy, but you don't need to go into it anymore. I'll do this one at the end. This is the Global Luxury Threshold tool. It's sort of useful, but we have a few of our markets have our own price threshold to qualify something as global luxury. For instance, Vail has 2 settings. One is for Vail, the Vail Valley, which I think is 915,000 and up. But then there's Down Valley. Is that Edwards, Julie? I don't even know, but that's 500,000 and up. Avon.
It's Eagle and Gypsum.
Eagle and Gypsum, yeah. So that's 500,000. So you'll type in a zip code here, and it doesn't always correspond to our numbers. But it's a good way to just find out what things need to be at. CBx has recently had an upgrade, so we'll be doing a training on this very soon. But CBx is this really cool program that doesn't really, it's not, it looks great. It looks great. That's what I'm going to say. Use this if you know you need to impress a seller in a listing appointment with some really cool technology. Okay? That's why you would use this. For resort markets, it hasn't figured out quite how to talk about who the buyers are going to be, but Junction, Bozeman, Montrose, I really think you should be using this for listings that you are like, I got to get this listing, okay, higher end stuff. We do have trainings at Live about how to do this. There's a 13-minute tech talk that I did about this. It's fairly user-friendly, but you have to do it more than once a year to be able to do it. So we'll be doing another one of these soon because they've upgraded a few things. They've made some enhancements, and I wanted to wait for those to come on. But it looks best on iPad. It can be done on the PC. It can be exported as a PDF once you do a report. But truly, it looks coolest when you can just flip through like Tom Cruise in Minority Report, like ooh, ooh, you know, that sort of thing. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not your listing presentation. It's a tool. It's a arrow in the quiver that makes you look like you are the most tech-savvy person in the history of the Western world. Okay, that's CBx. That was one more specialty store. So the last specialty store is CBU Learning Center. U stands for university. Okay, this store this is like Macy's or something. So it's not just a little specialty store. This is a store with a lot of other parts in it. You can go get a coffee. You can go try on men's clothes, whether you're a man or woman, whatever. And you can register for classes here. Okay, Launch is for newer agents. These are self-paced classes. Boost no longer exists. Why they have the button there, I don't know. It's like, this is like the mannequin without clothes on it in the store. It's like, just move the mannequin away if it's not going to do anything, right? Why am I looking at it? Okay, so the self-paced courses, though. Oh, Julie, here's one for manager education. Clearly, I need to take some of those. If you haven't done your smart home technology course, Karen and Telluride, do this. Yes, smart home technology. Then you can be smart home certified. Coldwell Banker is on the cutting edge of smart home technology. If you can add the certification to your dossier, that's French for dossier, you'll look even better. Okay, but here, this button looks like, well, what is it okay, let's click on it. Okay, so you can do Dash, you can do Lead Router. If you want to learn more about Dash, this isn't what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at AMP. Where did it go?
What did we do? Boost? I thought it replaced Boost.
It did, but I thought it was in this one.
Oh.
I looked at it yesterday and it was. Oh, okay. Over here on the left is where I want to show you. AMP is a new program that basically has replaced Boost. Okay, both of the words, of course, speak to like elevating or taking speed or whatever. So AMP is the new Boost, and for a while, AMP was only going to be run in offices by people like Julie and Keith and Mark and Derek and your MDs. but I think they found that it's a bit cumbersome. Okay, I'll tone it down, Shawnee. Sorry. Shawnee just scolded me. She said, can you just stick to what you need to talk about and stop with the mannequins? I almost said something. Good job, Shawnee. You're my censor now. But they found that I think it was a little bit too time cumbersome because it's like a 7 hours a week commitment for the MDs or trainers and the agents. So they're now offering it online. And I want to show this to you. So MDs, this is something you can use with agents who are looking to boost their business, or you can talk about it when you're recruiting people. Have we talked about recruiting much, Julie, lately? Just kidding. Okay, AMP with an exclamation mark, and you have to say it with an exclamation mark, all caps, AMP. So this is AMP. Participants who put in the most effort achieve maximum production, I think is what the acronym actually stands for. Uh-oh, there's a chat. This is Todd saying knock it off. I don't know. Where'd it go? Okay. Anyway, you can do this online now. It's basically a program that tells you sit down and make calls, but it puts you with other agents to sort of work as a cohort. Okay. So there's all sorts of things you can do here, but you can register for this class. Participant materials overview. Let's see, it's in here somewhere. But all these little things here are just sort of teasers about why AMP is a really useful program. Who is this for? AMP is for an agent who already knows how to do real estate. This isn't like, okay, a contract is a binding legal document. This is like, okay, you've done work, but you know that you can increase your production. Do this course. It's a 4-week course. It doesn't meet every day. I think it's Mondays and Fridays and maybe a meeting in between. But as a self-paced course, you can think of it like an extension course at college. I think you could do this in the evenings, and it doesn't, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I don't think you have to sit from 9 to 12 every week. I think you can do it at your own pace. Agent pathway, is that where? Anyway, maybe I'll do a more in-depth training about this because I don't want to mislead anyone. But this is a great thing to do if you're wondering why your business isn't bigger. Because you've got the tools, you've got the support, you've got the charisma, you've got the car. What's happening? Do AMP, and you're going to make some appointments, you're going to get some listings, you're going to create energy for yourself that's going to help you achieve maximum production, which is what AMP stands for. Okay? All right. So again, how did I find that? This is my doorway in to the shopping mall. And I can find all these things in this springboard. And you can't hurt anything here. You can't push a button and all of a sudden your commissions changed or something like that. These are just stores. You don't have to buy anything in any of them. Unless you're like me where you feel like, oh, I better buy that sequin top because I asked a question. Like, you don't need to do that. You can just go in, browse, and then leave. Okay? Use this search bar to find out about global luxury trainings. Like, Telluride, you all need to be thinking about how to get yourself to some trainings. Here's a website training. If you want to learn more about, if you're already an agent, a global luxury agent, you want to learn more about how to use the tools, you can do that here. Boy. Okay, so whatever. Stephanie's search bar is not as robust as mine. My apologies. At any rate, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. Okay. D, you're killing. Oh, Shawnee, that's what you told me. Hey, Steve, nice to see you, buddy. I'm going to call you out in just a minute. All right. Not just because I went on a bike ride yesterday and cleared a hill for the first time ever. This one hill that always gets me. But Steven's my inspiration. This guy's he can bike up hills with one leg, is what I've heard. Okay. That was a quick trip through the CBExchange mall. CBExchange, all things Coldwell Banker. It's like I stiff-armed Jennifer. IQO, all things CBDP. Okay? Would you like me to do anything more in CBExchange? Again, I wasn't trying to do, this is exactly how to use this store. I was just showing you that these stores exist and that's what they're for. But do you need anything more about that before I turn my attention to calling out a couple people for good things? No? as Clint Eastwood would say in a gunslinging movie, well, forever hold your peace. Okay.
Oh, wait, I might have one. I know you love it that we keep asking about global luxury.
This is Julie Thurston, EMD in Vail. What's up?
Where do I go? You were typing in global luxury training. Where do I go to see a schedule of the classes? Because I can't find it on the global luxury website. Am I just?
Yeah. Well, it always comes up for me there. I've sent that. I've sent a one sheet about that to folks, and I'll send it again. I'm not sure why it didn't come up because when I type it in my search bar, it's like
so
options.
In that springboard that you showed us, there were 2 places to go to global luxury, but one of them you can't get into if you're not certified. And the other one, I think only takes you to the website, doesn't show you the training. So if you want to actually take the class, you just type it in there and search, and it takes you there.
Okay, great question. So this one, and it might look different on yours, but just know that these stores exist. They might not all be in the same place in this dropdown. This one is if you're already an agent, it says Connect and Showcase. Even if you have a global luxury listing, but you're not a global luxury agent, and we have a few of those, you can't use this. This is for people who have gone through the training and have met the production standards. You can use this back end stuff. This one is basically, let me show it to you. You want to see how much a home has to be to qualify as global luxury. Julie, what's your zip code?
81657.
81657. And boy, I have to keep moving you guys around. So $916,666, which is a super clunky number. So it's 915, I think, is what we said. Okay. Keep in mind, folks, this is important to know if you know you're bringing on a listing. Think about the price point because you want to market. If you think it needs to be marketed as global luxury, it has to meet the threshold, and you have to order a CB3. If you don't order a CB3, our marketing department doesn't go in the global luxury direction. But you can only order a CB3 if it's global luxury. So when you're thinking about those things, you need to be in touch with me and with marketing, and we'll say, yes, okay, it looks like it's global luxury. There's not going to be any question about that. Let's do a CB3. You get a little bit more. You get the Matterport. You get ads in local magazines, as well as all the high-end photography and all that kind of stuff. So that's what that store was for. Really, that's the only thing.
Do you know where to find a list of global luxury classes, global luxury certification courses?
Right. So Jennifer's reiterating what you asked. Where are those classes? Well, almost always when I type in global luxury certification. Okay, here we go. That was the magic letter, magic word. Global luxury specialist training. Okay, so I'll click on that.
And can someone from a different brokerage take one of these classes?
Actually, yes, I've heard of that. In fact, at the luxury event that Craig Hogan did, that was the prize, I think, was attend a global luxury course, because it's a luxury institute. It's about how to sell luxury real estate. I don't think you have to be CB, and the idea is that if you like it, you're going to be like, dude, I need to belong to CB, right? That's the point of that. But this goes into depth about global luxury, and then who are the teachers, including Jenny Ames, who is Natalie Ames' from Grand Junction's sister. Here are the upcoming locations and dates. You probably aren't going to make the British Columbia one unless you're already registered. Minneapolis, Indianapolis. So even though Gen Blue isn't happening, they're still doing a training there. We just had one of our agents register for the Seattle one. You don't have to have the production requirements to register. Once you register, you have 2 years to meet the production requirements, which is 3 sales at or above your price threshold. You have 2 years to meet that production before you would have to take the course again. Okay? All right. It's a little convoluted. I've never felt like Coldwell Banker has clearly articulated all this.
Does it say what the annual dues are there?
There are no annual dues.
There aren't?
No, the certification registration is $495 for the course.
Class?
In terms of, for the...
And then you're a lifetime member.
Yes. Yeah, let's see. You have to maintain production, I believe. They may have changed that, but
No ongoing dues.
no ongoing dues. You can send money to me, I suppose, but I don't think there's no cost associated with it. Okay? Okay.
You can retake that class for a discounted price or whatever.
Which is great. We have a lot of folks from Steamboat Sun Valley in particular who were grandfathered in because they were Previews agents. Previews was the luxury brand for Coldwell Banker, but things have changed so much. It's really in all of their best interest to take the course again, even though they're global luxury agents. But all the tools are different, so they're stuck with that clamshell design of Previews and don't really know how to use any of those back-end tools.
But it's the same cost, right? There's no discount if you were already.
That's a good question. Probably the same cost, yeah, because it is a new program. So, okay, so there's CBExchange in a mallish nutshell. I was going to talk about new listings and stuff, but it's 11:53, and I don't want to get into it and then say, oh, just kidding, we're done. But I'll probably attach a couple of one-sheets, given that it's listing season in the resort markets. And given that we have a new office, that I really want people paying attention to how to bring on a new listing, how to arrange your photos properly, so you don't have 5 exteriors before you show me a living room, and how to not put the bathroom between the living room and the kitchen, all that stuff, as well as words to use and words to avoid in your ad copy. Those things will be coming in the email follow-up with the recording. I used to look at new listings pretty much on a daily basis, but it's a wonderful problem to have. We have too many now, and I just can't keep up to be quality controlled. But so MDs and OMs, maybe we can figure out how to do that so that we all know that our listings are showing up in the local markets as good as possible. Okay, I was going to go over that. I'm not going to. What I do want to go over, and I'm going to make this a part of my weekly fan club, maybe at the beginning, is just give an overview of the biggest sales for the week in the company. Shout outs to people who closed deals above a certain price point. And I know you don't even know these folks if they're not in your market, but that's not the point, because we're all one big happy, and I want to make sure that everybody's feeling a little bit of love for doing really, really good work. Price point I'm going to use, unless we figure it differently, is about $500,000 and up. And I know in the resort markets, that's like, oh, cool, you sold that little home over there, but it's a starting point. Grand Junction had a phenomenal week, as they are wont to do. Maybe it's because there's no rain there. Stephen Schiff, who I just referred to, these are list prices, folks. I don't want to disclose sales prices, whatever. Stephen Schiff had a $625,000 sale. Catherine Hoffer, $565,000 sale. And in Grand Junction, that's like $1 million sale. Keep that in mind. Nice job. Natalie Ames, double siding a $639,000 list home. Nice job, Natalie, making all of us proud. Ellie Ellis here in Sun Valley sold a condo for $585,500. Shannon Seacrest, $565,000. And the winner for the week, don't think of it that way, but think of it that way, the highest price sale in our company this week, Christy Reese, I think it's her first deal of the year, $700,000 closing last week. Now, typically we have lots in the millions, but whatever, I'm just going to share with you what's the highest in the company, and congratulations to all those agents for doing such good work. And I hope that's I don't know, I'm going to do this for a while and just see what the response is, but I just want to call out people that are putting the work in and doing and getting the good commissions and helping all that good stuff. So nice work, everybody. Stop share. I should stop sharing. Okay, Steven. Steven's like, yeah, man, I'll do his agent. Okay. Hi, Becky. Nice to see you. I heard you just broke into the top 100 in Grand Junction. Very happy to hear that. Nice work. That's all I got for you today. That's our fan club. Anything?
Hey, Derek?
Yeah.
One quick question. Regarding photographs, early on someone mentioned that you have to wait till you have the photos that come out of the professional photographer for a new listing when you load it up into Coldwell Banker. But today you said that all the information, any updates from our IDX link will push those changes. Why is that not true for photographs?
I think I can answer this accurately. Tell me if I'm not. This is probably the most difficult thing, I think, for agents to figure out from a marketing standpoint. Our packages are the best thing in real estate. I don't care what you're talking about, they're the best deal in real estate. Professional photography, collateral galore, Matterports, aerials for a very reduced rate. The glitch is, it's not a glitch, the hard thing is that you can't just call your photographer and say, can you get me photos tomorrow? You go through the system, and then the photographer sends the photos to you and to the marketing. So there's a timeline. Jennifer, help me here, but I would say between saying yes to a CB1 and being able to get your photos into MLS, give yourself a week. Doesn't mean it's going to take a week. Give yourself a week. Don't tell your seller, yeah, I just bought this package and it's going to be live tomorrow. No, it will not.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Eric, I'm getting to the meat of your question in a second. Similarly, don't bring on a new listing with one photo or two photos. This is the moment you make a splash, and if an agent's like, oh, sweet, I like that neighborhood, I'm going to check it. Oh, well, I know what the front of the house looks like. I've driven by. You've just lost that agent. You've just lost the chance for that agent to tell their client, you got to come see this house. Here's the listing. They're not going to send that single photo. Don't do it. The wait is worth it. Waiting a week to make your listing live is definitely worth it to make the biggest splash possible for your sellers, for your other clients who can see the work you're doing, and especially for the other agents in the market. They don't want to see a single photo. They're going to be like, hey, ding-a-ling. Okay, Eric, to your point, you always upload photos to your MLS. You don't upload them to IQO. If I was unclear earlier, I'm going to try to rephrase it, so maybe we can scratch what I said earlier. The photographer sends marketing the photos and you the photos. That's the idea. You take those photos and you upload them into the MLS or your assistant or however it works in your little world. In the proper order, you don't upload every single one. If there's 2 shots of the living room that are 2 feet apart, don't do them both. Don't bore me with 4 exteriors that are just a little bit different. But you do the uploading, and once you hit active, that's when that listing becomes active, regardless of what IQO is doing. It's active in the MLS, and that's the active piece of it. So Eric, let me think. Am I addressing this properly?
I think so. And just to make sure everyone understands that the IQO pulls from the MLS. It does not push anything to the MLS. It doesn't update anything in the MLS. Changes that you make in the MLS are then later reflected in IQ Office, but not in the reverse order.
So are you saying that that it's a guideline to wait till you have all the photos, or is it a requirement because that's how the system works? For example, I know Karen McCarthy in the office here listed a house up in Aldosoro, and she has all her photos. She has put it in the MLS, but she hasn't brought it to the Coldwell Banker link yet.
That happens automatically. There's nothing that Karen or any other agent has to do to get Coldwell Banker to recognize that the listing is alive. Once it's alive in the MLS, I mean, we're talking maybe a half hour.
Okay. So then the question, going back to the question of the photographs, because we were told that that don't put in your own photos because then you can't go back into the MLS and change those photos, that those will not transfer over to Coldwell Banker.
Not true.
Unless there's something here to tell you right, Mark, that is incorrect. Like if you, let's say your listing came on in the winter, Eric, right? You got all these really pretty winter shots, but hey, guess what? It's the Bluegrass Festival and people want to see some sunshine and some summer and some grass, right? So you go get new photos of seasonal photos. You put those in the MLS and it's going to, I mean, that's what you do. And you put the winter ones to the back of the roll or you take them out. And then IQO, I think it's every half hour or so, picks it up. Okay, and then that's what will live in IQO until you change it again. Maybe same with price reductions. You know, you dropped it $100,000 from 9.7 million to 9.6 million, which I'd say why bother. But anyway, that will be picked up by IQO because you've done it in MLS. If you do it in IQO, it's not going to hit the rest of the world.
So quick question.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we change the price in MLS and we need to reprint the fact sheet in IQO, change it in MLS, go into IQO, the fact sheet should be updated within a certain amount of time and you just print it? Literally have to make the price change?
No, you'd have to recreate. You're talking about doing the flyers like that. You'd have to recreate it. The flyers wouldn't automatically update.
Yeah.
The flyers will not automatically update.
Correct.
Once those flyers are made, they're kind of hardwired. They exist. And they don't auto-update just because you changed information. So what Julie's talking about is if you want to send an email flyer, which you can do from IQO, or if you want to print out a flyer, which you can do from IQO, it's the second simplest thing in the world. The first one is the CD packages. If you've done it, but then you did a price reduction, you have to go enter that MLS number in again and have it repopulate.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a 3-minute process, and so it's a beautiful thing. And trust me, coming from Sotheby's, where I made the flyers and it took a half hour per flyer, to be able to type in an MLS number and in 2 minutes I've got my flyer. That's when I hear angels. I also hear angels when I'm riding up that hill that I made yesterday. Stephen, did I mention that? Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't even have to shift gears. You hear that, Stephen? I didn't have to shift. That's his last name. Okay. Anything else? Eric, I hope that was helpful. And if not, we can always just jump on a one-on-one or written office stuff. We're doing those trainings. So if you want to like dial this stuff in with all your agents, awesome. Happy to do that.
Yeah. One last comment regarding that. So really, it's up to the broker when the broker feels like he has all the photos in line that he wants on in the MLS, then they can go into the rest of the marketing program. So those photos are then locked into the various brochures and so forth.
Yes, pretty much. I think that's probably about as accurate as we need to get right here. So just know that you can manipulate your listing at any time, but also know that when you order the marketing packages, they're using the photos that come that first time. If you take seasonal photos, if you hire the photographer individually or you take them yourself, they don't automatically fly into marketing's lap, right? So if you want updated trifolds or postcards or whatever, you would then have to email your marketing person, Shani and whoever else, and say, okay, here's a new photo, can you print? And then that would be an extra cost. The marketing package is just like Julie for the flyer. The marketing package happens here, and then when it sells, because it doesn't just sold postcard, but it happens here, and it's not like, hey, whatever else you need for this, sure, you know, it is what it is. Other stuff is other stuff and extra. Okay. Danielle, and Shani, am I totally are you guys pulling your hair out, or was that all kind of accurate? I think they started drinking. Oh my God, he said all that. Yeah, okay.
4 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, sure is. And 12 o'clock in Grand Junction. Same difference. Okay. I hope that's good. I hope it all makes some sense. You don't need to go get lost in any of the CBExchange stuff. Make your calls, talk to people, get out, dance to bluegrass, even if you hate it, make connections, and buy and sell real estate. Shani, I see you coming on. Do you want to say anything?
I was on. I just didn't have my phone unmuted. I said, yes, I don't even know what the question was, but yes, I'm pulling my hair out.
Excellent. Okay.
It is crazy busy right now.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
But it's all good. All right. Thanks, everybody. I will send this recording out so you can watch it. I'll send it in slow motion this time so we can really get involved in all of the things. And let's have a great, great weekend. Welcome to summer. Keep up the great work in all of our markets, okay?
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.